Are we live? Yeah. Yes we are. Hey, hello. It is I, Equinox Eterna. I'm muted? No. It is I, Equinox Eterna, with another stream of Gears Frontline to Exilium. And wait, I have to close our night. Give me a second. I have to close our nights first and then put this on Twitter because if I don't put it there, I'll. It's a lot of visibility lost. So, there we go. Oh, that make the microphone peak. This on the screen, and we're ready. So, hey, reality right now fucking sucks. So, let's play this game. It's only 21%. I hope that some of these stages are pure Paradeus killing and not that story intensive as these ones. So there's only one full story, and we have to keep going with this. So let's get into it. The Load of Delusion. Forget your worries with merriment and plunge into the abyss. Really, I haven't started reading. I already got hit by a yawn. Okay. Commander, we finished counting the vaccines we took from the Vajaggers. Judging by the scale of this theft, the Vajaggers are probably responsible for all the stolen vaccines lost by pharmaceutical companies. The Vajaggers had a lot of pharmaceutical raw materials in their warehouse. We didn't have time to take everything, but we do have some. They're probably also behind most of the raw material robberies that occurred in the yellow zones recently. With vaccine prices sky high at the moment, selling them would yield us a jaw-dropping fortune. Once we sell them, people will be able to buy everything he wants. The commander will be able to buy all the equipment on his wish list as well. It's a pity that Bloodsphere destroyed all the remaining vaccines back there. Those would have sold for a good sum as well. We'll attract trouble if we sell this recklessly. I've already contacted underground brokers for a trade request. Hopefully this will bring us face to face with the people buying up raw materials. That damn Bloodsphere was willing to destroy all the vaccines if it meant leaving nothing for the people present back there. What the hell is going on in her mind? Lush green decorates the cuisine. Are you calling Krolik a grasshead? How could I possibly know what Bloodsphere is thinking? Waking her up for an interrogation is even more absurd of an idea. Dande! Dande jumpscare. Perhaps her goal never changed. You mean she's coming for the chip? According to the intel analysis provided by Grossa, Bloodsphere seems like she intends to destroy something. If her original mission is still proceeding as normal, then her goal must be to destroy the chip. But everyone in the Solvi corpse has perished, which means her only remaining clue is us. Not giving up despite of flame blows, I see. She was commanding large numbers of Mind security personnel before her destruction. But when we were at the Vajaggers base, she attacked Mind security with zero hesitation. If it wasn't for Mind security holding her off, we wouldn't have gotten away so easily. We don't have to thank our enemies. Mind security is no friends of ours. This bothers me a little. Why did Blue Sphere attack them at all? Looks like there is no direct subordinate relationship between Mind Security and Blue Sphere. Commander, the Haru visit seems to contain records on the Barjager's use of Erdis. They seem to be treating it as an anti-radiation vaccine. Actually, it's more like they replaced the use of vaccines with Erdis. Wow. So they were going literally berserk. Blank. Erdis used 12 doses. Erdis used 15 doses. Vaccine used 1 dose. Erdis used 3 doses. Erdis used 43 doses. Vaccines used 3 doses. Erdis used 2,984 doses. Erdis used 598 doses. Vaccine used 19 doses. Holy hell. The specific usage reports are logged behind in the access permission, so we can view them. The vaccine usage is significantly lower compared to the Erdis use. It seems that the vaccines are provided only to select high-ranking barriers. Contraband like these are not medically certified for use, but still, they circulate in both yellow zone and green zone markets. Most users treat Erdis as a life-saving medicine that helps them combat elite symptoms. As for its effectiveness, we can obtain the answer directly from the Barjager's usage data. So we're hacking 4-4, yep. Let's see. Lenna can solo? Can she? Nice. No, almost. Wait. Auto turret here. And action and 2 on. Wonderful. And there's any more? No, then let's push forward. An efficacy trial once demonstrated that Erdis is 20% more effective than placebos at relieving elite symptoms. Well, more effective than placebos is... It's like anything can be better than 0. Well, almost anything. Anything that is not 0 can be better than 0. So... But don't let me get into math, because I have forgotten everything that I know. Its most obvious effect is calming the user's mind, allowing elite patients to forget their pain for a short while. Does that mean it's actually somewhat effective? No. A drug like this is more like a poison that temporarily suppresses pain, rather than a medication that is truly helpful. It appears to produce a therapeutic effect, but long-term use will lead to addiction. If the user doesn't take it for a long time, their symptoms will worsen at an incredible pace. The worst part is, Erdis' most powerful effect is the hallucinogenic properties. So-called reports of it curing elite might just be a part of the user's imagination. Erdis does nothing to stop radiation from affecting the user's body. Using Erdis simply makes the brain release dopamine, which helps boost the user spirits and make them feel happy, which helps them better resist the encroachment of pain using their own willpower. In the long run, using Erdis will only cause patients to avoid proper treatment and eventually die. This is the kind of medical drama that our knights would love to be. Because it's always like, we're treating neuropathy. There's nothing about medical treatment. I think there was only one event, And it was a short event about all of the medical questions, the medical drama, medical theory. And that was Vigili, right? Yeah. So there about Paradeus, there wasn't anything about the transformation that they had. There was nothing real about it. It was just people using Erdis enough to suppress all of the pain and hallucinate that they don't have that they don't have elite anymore. But when they use the flowers, the epithelium flowers, what's the name? Epithelium. That hold the radiation, the collapse radiation. Then the little bit of placebo that they had, they break out and they just turned. So I don't know if I'm explaining myself. In the long run, using artists will only cause patients to avoid the appropriate treatment and eventually die. Daytime, Paradeus base in the yellow zone. I can contact Leva at all. Maybe there's a signal jammer here. Hopefully the taking device managed to inform Leva of my movements. Can't even contact the commander. I was hoping to show him a live view of this investigation. Isa, are you alright? Where are we? Probably one of the Paradeus bases. After you fell unconscious, we were hauled into a vehicle by members of Paradeus and transferred here. Some people woke up, fully turned into elites, and got taken away. I have no idea where they went. How are you feeling? Did the drug worsen your symptoms? I've already been chosen by God. That drug has reduced my pain. Hallucinating. The crystals have fallen off my body. Please rushes through me. The drug will definitely cure me completely. If I can have more of the drug, Lily and I will never be affected by collapse radiation again. You fell to the ground in pain. How would that feel good? You have not been chosen by God. You wouldn't understand. Dr. Orphea once mentioned that radiation affects our cells. Humans are unable to withstand the pain brought on by cytopathy, eventually causing our minds to break, which turns us into elites. If I want to overcome this pain, I must have an exceptionally strong will. Right now, I have proven that I am that exception. But there must be more of this. I want to say Lady more. Let me say Lady more. The rockets gradually arouses more and more of the broken humans around them. One by one, they join Isa in her cries. A single unit as clad in black robes walked towards the crowd slowly, looking down at them from above. Silence. You have all been chosen, but there are still more trials to pass. Only those who can pass them all are worthy of meeting Lady Moore. Now, prove your worthiness. The unit raises a bundle of test tubes, filled with red liquid up high, then tosses them towards the crowd. 1, 2, 3. The crowd swarms towards the drugs, causing a stampede. One person falls down, and another stomps on him savagely. He struggles and tries to get up. A roar of rage erupts from his mouth, his mutated hand grabbing ankles and pulling people to the ground. The horde of infected tear each other apart, snatching drugs from each other, putting in everything they have to get their hands on the drugs that appear before them. Shambling bodies eventually turn into mindless elites, emitting last roars before completely succumbing. Isa, calm down! It attempts to open the test tube to drink all of its content upon snagging one in the skirmish. This OST that it's sounding right now, I remember it from somewhere, but I don't know where. It's I don't know if it's a special one for one of the events in one, or is just a generic BGM, but it has been engraved in my mind. I don't know. Lenna tries to pry the drug from her, but Isa has a dead grip on it. The crowd notices and lunges forward with a mix of human shrieks and elite roars, encircling Lenna and Isa. Lenna's finger touches the trigger, but she grits her teeth and puts down her gun. Sending a drug-desperate elite fleeing with a kick, Lenna lifts Isa into the air and slowly runs away from the crowd. Don't drink it, Isa-san! Let's go of me! This is medicine! Did you forget? The doctor gave you vaccines! Isa! Isa pays Lenna no attention and pulls out the cork from the test tube. A smack from Lenna's palm renders her unconscious. Lenna lets out a sigh and carries Isa on her back. Where's the signal jammer? I can't see what it is at all. If Leva were in my place, she'd probably hack into the comms of some doll to look for clues. A jeep speeds through the yellow zone at top speed. Elites attracted by the engine noise swarm towards the jeep. Bullets pierce through the air and produce holes in elite heads, dropping them one by one. Ah! Twintel jumpscare. Drill Twintel jumpscare. Changing from different kinds of voice really dries my mouth. Really fast. Very fast. Wow, as expected of BB, the roads are really smooth today. We'll be reaching our destination soon. That's a bad omen. Ya lo corté. Well, the number of elites here is abnormally high. Will Lenna be alright? We don't know much what's going on in the Paradeus base yet. She's on a stealth mission, but if Lenna has to wait it out there without sufficient support, she'll still be in a lot of danger. Kurukai will be supporting us. I wonder if the commander will appear. I heard that Kurukai and the others already met him. Harsey wants to meet the commander too. Yay! For a 14B and the main story, yay! It should be possible. What's the agreement loosens up? I have reached the coordinates that Lenna gave us. Not many traces are left from the battle. Tracking will be somewhat difficult, but we can still try. Should we collect the broken test tubes on the ground? There is very little residue left in the test tubes here. We won't be able to determine the contents of the drug with such small samples. Lenna definitely left some clues for us. Where is it? Judging by the numbers of broken test tube pieces, about 20 tubes were given out, but there is no trace of the victims. Walrus bends down to pick up a shattered test tube. A few drops of liquid remains on the glass piece. The group looks everywhere in the vicinity for clues. Vector squats down and digs up a patch of soft soil. An intact test tube full of red liquid emerges from its early storage. What? How did you catch that? Watch for disturbed soil. Found it. Yeah, that looks disgusting. Like something made out of blood. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me that it is what I think it is. We shouldn't be getting into reverse collapse, Lord, this quickly. Harpsy, I remember you working on some portable radiation detectors. Do we have them? They're in the jeep. I'll go get them. Something is off about the number of elites. Indeed, the concentration of elites increases the closer we are to this area. These numbers are kind of high, even for a yellow zone. Eh? The collapse radiation levels here are much higher than the yellow zone average. In fact, it's almost at the level of a red zone. If what Lenna mentioned was true, that the yellow zone infectees used it as a temporary gathering spot, just staying here will exacerbate their condition. Ah! Misclick. No! 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 What was it? Gated your things and what? Wait. I'm watching the gathering help will be something. Give me a second. No, I missed it. I don't know what it is. Gathering something. Was something about gathering help? How despicable. Of course, Walter being based as always. Let me gathering hopeful infectees and turning them into Paradeus unitates in the name of salvation. How despicable. Yep, that was it. Sleeping subject. Chase a minuscule hope of survival, embark upon the path of no return. The long-term client purchasing pharmaceutical raw materials from underground brokers refuses to meet you. What? Why? However, she is willing to buy all of your materials and vaccines at a high price. We can establish contact, at least. I can vouch for you, but making rash trades in yellow zones is still no easy task. Which is why underground brokers continue to exist. This is our basis for survival out here. A reliable intermediary who serves to alleviate the concerns of collaboration between two parties. The thing is, if it's someone who has to do with such Faven, then we can get proof of everything that's happening, but she's not the only party buying vaccines and raw materials in the yellow zones, but she's the only reliable client who fits your requirements. I can introduce some other clients to you if you wish. Sounds good. Let me tell you in advance that face-to-face meetings will always carry risk. There are plenty of robbers buying for vaccines and raw materials around here. I do not recommend skipping the underground broker step. What I'm buying is information. I'll send you the quotation ASAP, of course. However, as for whether or not a contact can be established with the other party, that is not something I am or should be responsible for. Are you planning to intervene in the Yellow Sun vaccine business, Commander? No, so long as there's no cure for elites. One can never stop vaccines or rarities from having a huge market. My concerns are the following: the abuse of Erdis, Paradeus revival, and why they created Helena and Melanie. No! You would never cause me problem. The ones who wanted to use you, and those are the ones who are the real problem. Have I caused you trouble again, Commander? Pat. After Lucifer's... I bit my tongue. After Lucifer's frame was placed in the cryopreservation chamber, Melina and Grossa had to make multiple attempts at encouraging Melanie before she mustered the courage to leave her bedroom. Melanie has been in a constant state of unease and anxiety for the past few days. She seems to be worried that Lucifer will start self-repairing if she runs around the Elmo as she pleased. She timidly tugs at the hem of my clothes upon hearing me mention Paradeus. Tears are welling up in her eyes. It's not your fault. I don't want to go back. I want to stay on the Elmo forever, at Commander's side. You'll probably choose to destroy Paradeus for the second time, regardless of their goals, right? It's highly likely that they're still going after relics. William should not exist. From what we know as of now, the Paradeus of today has already made their way into the ranks of conglomerates and found their support. If you wish to eradicate them completely, destroying all their bases won't be enough. I'm okay as long as I'm together with the commander. We can just run far away. Please don't turn this into an Usagi drop, Melanie. Running away won't solve our problems. The only way to ensure your safety is to find out Paradeus goals and destroy them before it's too late. Leva just sent over a message. Tell me that Vector team has reached the coordinates Lenna gave us. The rare Lenna mission has been found, and the getting spot has collapsed radiation levels exceeding normal limits. Probably the work of Paradeus. In addition, Walter suspects the Paradeus drug to have some anti-radiation properties. It's also tiresome. When will Paradeus be erased? We'll have more info once we confirm the components of the drug. Vector and the others are making their way into Lenna's last known location to investigate the Paradeus base. Are we heading out? Go make your pre-battle preparations. Hi. Okay, I'll go prepare. Commander, the underground broker has sent over the location for our vaccine trade. It's not too far away. Our Jaeger-style vehicle is driving through the yellow zone. When it slows down to a halt, a few missiles are fired towards it, blasting it over to its side. A squad wearing Manji security uniforms swiftly encircles it. Agent Valentin, there's no trace of the enemy. All the boxes in this transport are empty. The driver looked like a diner gate. Raw? It already self-destructed. Team Alpha has its remains. Shall we pursue this matter? Our mission ends here. Tell Lonnie that his intermediary is unreliable. They were planning to give him some empty boxes. Tell him to stop getting scammed by underground brokers. Daytime, via pharmaceutical factory in the yellow zone. I sold the raw materials we took from the Barjagers at a high price to Poloni's a long-time client. The tracker moves until it finally reaches a certain sets of coordinates. This factory we arrived at for the transport commission before. This factory again? It's fully automated. We couldn't find any clues at all. Maybe we should just rush in and turn the place upside down again. We don't have a clear justification to enter at the moment. Just know that they buy raw materials from underground brokers is not enough to justify a true investigation into their company. I had Leva take a deeper look into this factory upstream and downstream operation. Lenna managed to contact me 10 minutes ago. She had some unexpected findings. I think you'll be very interested, Commander. I managed to make out a transparent biopod in the video Leva sent me. No, the flowers. The creature within has long since turned into a elite, but remains in a mutated state. Ooh. Biological experiments. Immune individuals. Indeed. Looks like most of the experiments end up in a failure. Lenna once mentioned that humans who have turned into elites are taken in by Paradeus as well. I guess this is where they went. Vector's team is already heading towards Lenna's location for support. They will cover her retreat. I see. Gloria's team is heading over on a Black Hawk. The gift from the sugar mummy. I see what you're doing, Shiki-kan. 20 minutes ago. Paradeus base in the yellow zone. Clear weather. Are you awake? I'm really sorry about what happened. You were acting really weird just now, so I had to knock you out to calm you down. Where are the drugs? I have them, but I can't give them to you yet. Once Leva checks the contents and deems them to be safe, I'll give them back to you, okay? I'm just suspicious of it. This drug is really strange. Does it contain any addictive ingredients? So what if it does? For people with no future like us, we're lucky to live another day. Radiation sickness is not untreatable. Once we get back, I'll get Miss Culling and Leva to help you. They can definitely find a way to save you. Save? I have been beyond saving for a long time now. Just like this world. No way! Leva and Miss Culling, the commander, and many people, they are all trying their best to change this world. Paradeus is no god worth worshipping. I saw it with my own eyes. After you fainted, some people turned into elites and they were taken away by Paradeus. They're definitely planning something illegal with them. All we care about is whether we live or die. But Yellow Sun residents have to fight for every day of our existence. We take on dangerous work all the time, but we have to spend nearly all of our earnings on vaccines. We can even enter green zones without the proof of an official vaccination. If we don't earn enough money to buy vaccines on a regular basis, we'll eventually develop radiation sickness and die. Only those in the green zone can be said to have a life. People like me, I can only turn to God and pray for salvation. Are you willing to accept their lies just for a chance of survival? But even if you give them all your faith, they still. It is how it is. Surviving or becoming a test subject, no difference to me. No one will save us. I don't want the world to be this way. So I catched half of what she said here, and it was like, I don't want it. I don't want this to be this way. Kalin, Leva, and the Commander are working hard to make the world not be this way. Perhaps my lady could have grown to be as naive and innocent as you if she had grown up in a green zone. Eh? The cost of living in a green zone is way too high. That child knows how poor I am, so she keeps telling me that she can receive a scholarship if she does well enough in school. She tells me that the conglomerates will provide scholarship money for recipients, or at least a loan, so I don't have to worry about money. But if Lily has to pay off that loan all by herself, she'll eventually end up down my path. You're here for Paradeus drugs, right? I don't care what your intentions are, but we are splitting them. I insist on it. Selling Paradeus drugs or imitation vaccines will put you in lots of danger. Pavel said that your organization offered a one-to-one exchange. I want to exchange all these for official vaccines. Just give them to Pavel. His work takes him in and out of the green zone regularly, so he'll be able to pass them to my daughter. I know that you're doing this for family, but... The family thing is hitting hard on Lenna. But, but such a request. The duo creeps through the base till they reach what seems to be a warehouse. Isa manages to lure the unitates away. The way these drugs are stored makes this place feel more like a test lab than a drug storage. What are you standing around for? Go grab everything you see. Lena stands before what looks like a biopod, examining it closely. A male body is immersed into the liquid. Collapsed crystals grow out of his body. The man's entire body seems to be maintained at a state where half of it is covered with crystal and the other half is not. Lena lowers her body, trying to take a closer look at his face, only to be greeted with eyes devoid of emotion. A green plant is growing out of each of his eyes. What the fuck? Plant? So they are really doing strike experiments like the one in the Races event. Races Monsoon event. Races Dayan event. Taking a deep breath, Lena prepares to observe his situation further. The areas where collapsed crystals meet skin are covered with a dark colored matter. Upon a closer look, the material is discovered to be something akin to algae. I remember him! Back at the catering spot, he refused to drink the drug and tried to run away after turning into an elite. He was shot by Paradeus and thrown into the vehicle. His body was covered with so many collapsed crystals back then, but it looks like his condition has stabilized. Why does it feel like he actually got better? No, that might not be the case. Perhaps this algae covers most of his body. Immunity. Their goal here is to select for radiation immune individuals. Again. It wasn't enough with all of the NATO's 10 years ago. I don't think he can be considered human at this point, much less a radiation immune individual. Ah! Blank! Again. Something about becoming about the algae that they were saying here. Wait. The algae fusing with him and becoming more part plant or algae than human. Wondering even if I wonder if he has any vital sign left. Isa walks over to the biopod and knocks it hard several times. The silent biopod is suddenly filled with bubbles, and the body within starts flitting about. Algae onto the subject spreads over his body uncontrollably, while plant stems emerge and grow from his mouth. Pah! A large branch inside the biopod suddenly trashes in the direction of Isa and Lena. Ooh! An emergency alarm blares, followed by the arrival of hurried footsteps. What are you two doing here? Huh? Run! Sorry, we got a bit lost. Let me guess, you probably know how to get into the comms channels here. Oh, once who have wandered into the abode of God, your blood shall spill to crown Lady Immorph's fury. The unit swarm towards the intruders. Isa turns around, grabbing as many of the Paradeus drugs as possible. Ice cold crystal emerged from Isa's body. It wasn't long before they covered the entirety of the arm, hiding under her cloak. So what? So what here? Probably can kill all of this with one hit. So it's gonna be... Oh, it's an evacuation. Already. Whole evacuation or 3 units? Okay. Hit the unitas! Boom. One. Okay, let's try this. 2. She has more range. More range here. 3. Wait. The key, the mod key. Before the active skill, Blade Whirlwind is used, inflicts mark of prey to the target. After say the skill is used, the cooldown of the ultimate skill, Hidden Pursuit, continues the attacks the same target. The same target, okay. Okay, sure. So I forgot about that. And I was wondering why I can't keep her from running. No, I can only hit that one. Oh, wait. Boom. Ooh. Retreat. Can she jump? Yeah! Let's go! Punch! Okay, and Lenna retreats. And Doris retreats slowly. Leva! I'm here. Finally managed to get a hold of you. I spent a lot of effort to do that. I tried cutting into the comms channels with your methods as a reference, and it worked really well. It looks like everything is going smoothly on your mission. My worries were definitely misplaced. Of course not. I'm in great danger over here. Come on, be more worried up for my safety, Leva. The Yada monster is here too. Hi. With my effort, even the dangers of this perilous base will have to bow to me. Have you received my coordinates, Leva? Yeah, I sent it to Vector. If the need arises, her team will storm to base to ensure your safe return. I didn't encounter enemies, but I managed to defeat them. The infiltration mission can continue. But Leva, how do I help radiation sickness sufferers in this state? Our collaborative partner is currently in the process of turning into an elite. I have rendered her unconscious for a bit, but I'm worried that she won't last long if this goes on. Have you used the anti-elite vaccines? I injected her with all the vaccines we brought. She's not recovering well. The doctor did mention that it's already a miracle that she still has a grip on her sanity. Listen up, Lenna. Try to get away from the Paradeus base as soon as possible. If Vector's reasoning is right, the radiation levels in the Paradeus base will soon exceed that of the surrounding environment. They are testing for immune individuals. I didn't catch what she said, but it was different, more than the just testing for immune individuals. You guessed it. They're going to expose the humans here to high levels of radiation to filter out individuals with high resistance to solar radiation, then take them in for further experimentation. That's their plan according to our current speculation. I've also test subjects trapped in biopods here. Judging by the numbers here, there aren't too many test subjects at the base. Most of them seem to be elite patients with severe symptoms. Looks like there's a need to destroy this base completely. Yeah, if we let this go, Paradeus will continue to brainwash Yellowstone elite patients into joining them here. How are the enemy's numbers? From what I observed, this seems to be a temporary base. There are 30 odd of them, mostly based at the center of the base. A selection ceremony for followers happens every now and then. I haven't managed to explore some parts of the base yet, so the estimate isn't solid. I'll be investigating the center in a bit. Remember to be careful. I'm available if you need me. Hehe, Leva. Mm-hmm. Nandemonai. That's don't worry. It was nothing. If you're just going to act like a clean girl, I'll hang up. Wait. What? Fine. The voice acting is great, but it's really discoordinated. This feels bland as hell compared to the acting that Mami Konoto is working on here. Remember that I'm not the only one backing you up today. But Leva is the best. You're so reassuring. Did you run into some vaccine that you want to talk about, Lenna? I don't know what to do anymore, Leva. The commander put in so much effort to achieve the complete destruction of Paradeus back then. But now, Paradeus has risen from the ashes. And just like before, elite patients suffering from heavy symptoms are willingly joining them. I don't know how I'm even going to save these people. Oh, chair creaking. My back is also creaking. Did I miss something? I don't know how I'm even I don't know how I'm even going to save those people. A decade has passed, and you're still working so hard alongside Miss Kalin. Is the world really getting better? Is the world that the commander fought for really getting better? I know that just thinking about this means that I'm too reliant on the commander. But right now, I really want him to tell me what to do here. Do you miss him? You're not wrong, I guess. I kind of understand how Miss Kalin feels now. Kalin is sneezing somewhere. Getting the second hand. Whatever Lenna is feeling right now. I forgot the word. Will you come back? Will you stay by my side? It will take some bravery to say this directly to the commander's face. Save those words for when you speak to the commander himself. His reinforcement will be arriving soon. I'll do my best, Leva. After ending her call with Leva, Lenna takes pictures of all the lab equipment she can find in the Paradeus base and sends it all to Leva and the commander. Collapse crystals. These are clearly commercial products with increased collapse particle concentration. Hisa? Oh no, she's turning. Pull yourself together, Hisa. Are you really going to use Paradeus on drugs? Hang in there, Hisa. Don't you want to go to the Green Zone? Green Zone? Yes, the place where your daughter Lily lives. Don't you want to live alongside your family happily? Lily, I have to leave. I have to live on. Crystals are emerging from Isa's body. Upon hearing Lenna mention Lily, Isa comes back to her senses. Lenna grabs Isa's wrist, reminding her again and again about Lily. Once, twice, thrice, till Isa's breathing returns to normal. She does it until Isa calms down again. Isa takes out a blood red rag from a hidden pocket and plunges the needle into her neck with practiced motions. She lets out a sigh of relief, as if she just saw a glimpse of something she had long been waiting for. A relaxed smile appears on her face. Oh! You two aren't unitates, right? Oh no, an eater. An eater with a hard T. No, you're mistaken. I believe in Paradeus God. Please accept me as a follower. I shall praise the God's presence. Oh, if you're a follower of my God, prove your faith before me. The nether ow, my... What's happened with my lip? What the hell? The nether lifts a collapsed crystal into the air before crushing it. The crystals on Isa's body grow and spread once again. This time, her movements have slowed down. Collapsed crystal pierces through Isa's legs. Her eyes have already turned blood red, and she gurgles out a roar. No! Please give the poor woman a peaceful rest. Calm down, Isa. It can be. What the hell did you do? I love Mamiko Noto doing Lena's voice because she acts the old cutesy that Lena is, but with all the drama that's happening, she has to go to her high-pitched voice and turn it down into a growl. It's amazing. Comparing this voice line to Skasach, who is a lot lower, he can also do growls like that, and to Skadi, that is incredibly soft, but is also low, like not as low as Skasach. But it's amazing. Oh shit, I forgot I have to put I participate in the Shikishi. The thing on Twitter. Fuck. What is the Shikishi thingy? Before I forget. Lena, say you signet Shikishi. From December. Oh, I have to put it now, I guess. I'll finish this and I post it. The time has come for God to select a new servant. Since you're willing to give your all to Paradeus, then prove yourself with everything you got. Lena looks back. Sounds of thrashing come from the once quiet biopod. The human inside. No, something like that can no longer be considered human. The volume crashes through the glass and attacks his surrounding widely. The knitter lifts her hand to attack the rampaging volume. It tries to attack Lena and the knitter, but fails. Cringing from the pain, the volume turns around and sprints out of the area. A defective product unable to hit God's providence should be destroyed. You two seem to still have a grip on your sanity. Let's try again. Please stop. If you increase the radiation levels again, all the organisms in the base will quickly develop several symptoms and turn into electro volumes. Oh no! How did you get here? Creatures who are unable to hit the God's providence do not need to exist. I believe that I am of some value at least. How did you get here, Orphea? Dr. Orphea, why are you here? I'm no longer able to simply stay put and watch our patients head to this place, which I know nothing about. If I'm here, I can at least try to take care of them. You're just a single doctor, one of millions around the world. Please leave. I will cure her. It is not your organization's goal to help these patients live on. Such a task is impossible with your power alone. The struggles of mortals are akin to the feeble efforts of ants. Leave. I will cure her myself. I'll take care of this. The knitter turns to leave, but before she does, she gives Lena and Orphea a stare and mutters something about God's mercy. Orphea walks up to Isa, who has already turned into an elite. She opens her pendant, causing gentle music to be played, and calms Isa down. What the fuck? Isa, look at me. Relax and imagine that you're on a boat, floating gently with the waves. The waves softly lift you up, and all your pain is washed away with the ebbing tide. I I think it's working. How does this even work? Use some hypnotic tricks. We have to leave fast. The collapse radiation levels are too high here, so I can't stay for long. Dr. Orphea, why are you here? Isa came here because a past patient of mine enticed her to. I have seen many patients with severe radiation sickness. Their only wish is to survive. With that in mind, it's simply not within my power to stop them from joining Paradeus. I can only watch them descend slowly into the abyss, step by step. This isn't your fault, Dr. Orphea. If we listen to the rumors, Paradeus does seem like they are able to help these patients. That's why I am here. I can't save everyone, but I can save some of them, like what I just did. Just let them be here even if that's the case. It's too dangerous. The collapse radiation levels here are so high that if you don't do anything to protect yourself, you'll get radiation sickness really soon. I'm willing to sacrifice my life if a cure for radiation sickness is found. She really looks like Jefuti, but there's a difference. There's two main big differences. So I don't know. Lenna, do you know what it means to find a complete cure for this radiation sickness? It means that humankind will no longer suffer from this threat. That's not the only payoff. Residents of the Yellow Zone will no longer have to sacrifice everything for the vaccine. People no longer have to bankrupt themselves just to scramble for a spot in the Green Zone. Medical corporations will no longer be able to wring ordinary people dry with exorbitant healthcare costs. This world will change into something completely different. So if anyone really finds a cure against the collapse radiation sickness, there will be surely some bullets against their head. But we can rely on Paradeus to do this. Besides, from what I know about them, saving regular folk was never Paradeus' goal. What they think is of no relevance to me. I just have to find the method by which their god helped these patients. Don't do this. God does not exist. Man must craft with their own hands to key to a better world. Don't try to involve with Paradeus. I don't believe in a Paradeus so-called god either. They are conducting research on fully immune individuals. Fully immune individuals? Yeah, they are fully immune to the effects of radiation. Lenna, I have never seen a fully immune individual in all the years of my medical work. All living organisms are affected by collapse radiation. Just that different organisms will have different levels of resistance, one factor being how strong a human's willpower is. I once did a comparative experiment where I gave patients some nutrient solution and told them that it was an anti-radiation medication. The result was that those who believed me really got better resisting collapse radiation. After that, I obtained that one of those Paradeus drugs from a patient and discovered an unknown ingredient within. The drug that Paradeus provides always contains this special ingredient. It seems to keep their followers safe. If we're talking about collapse radiation and keeping something from collapse radiation, it's obviously Exilium. And it won't work like that. That will only suppress everything before turning it into a ticking bomb. A special ingredient? You should have known, Lenna. Even if you weren't for the Battle of Frankfurt, you still know of everything that the commander went in Berlin and Bremen with the Yaso boxes. And you were there for Paldiski. Correct. I have managed to identify most of the ingredients via reverse engineering. Just a little more left to figure out. What do you need to do to identify the special ingredient? I'll eventually manage to do that. I have time, Lenna. Take keys and leave this place. She's in a terrible condition, so she can't stay here any longer. What about you, Dr. Orphea? I stay here to help my patients. You can't! If you involve into whatever Paradeus is planning, it will be too late for you. Until I discover the ingredients that will save us all. I must live with both of you. Leaving you here will expose you to increased risk of contracting elite. The commander has already destroyed Paradeus once. I don't believe that this place holds anything of value. We can find the cure to... Sorry. I choose to believe in the commander. Dr. Orphea, I will leave you in this dangerous place no matter what you say. The commander. Are you referring to your trusted companion? Don't tell me you are also a part of the affected by the commander revelation Frankfurt. Whatever the commander does, he backs it up with the good reason. Vector's aim is on standby at the coordinates. The commander's new mission for us is to ensure the complete destruction of this Paradeus base, to prevent more people from becoming their test subjects. I'll make sure it's done. Time for us to go, Dr. Orphea. But let's make some chaos before we leave. At the same time, the Black Hawk helicopter. One mission ends and another starts. When are we going to have time to relax? Lenna is on an infiltration mission by herself. She needs our help. I hope we can make it in time. Don't worry. When it comes to communicating with humans, Lenna is probably better at it than anyone. If Klukai had to do some infiltration missions or whatever, she'd probably kill anyone she dislikes. As if you would be able to do that on your own. Fine. Communicating with humans is the most troublesome for us to deal with. Missions like this are much easier. Are we there yet? We can lose to Lenna when she starts showing off in battle. Let me just tell you in advance that I have no intention of showing off. The commander lady said that our mission is to assist Vector team in extracting Lenna and the director she mentioned from the base. No slacking. Don't forget that one of our mission objectives is to destroy the Paradeus base. That mission assigned to the director's team. We're just here to help them out a little. We're approaching a destination. Searching for a landing site now. Seems to me that there aren't any reliable logging landing sites. Lower our altitude and prepare for descent. We will engage the enemy in 3 minutes. Complete all your preparations. Roger that. Big Sis Clockeye. At this altitude? Right now? Get on the bike, now! Don't tell me that you're going to ride your bike out of... Hold on tight! I'm not going to act that. Do it! Okay, got it! The Black Hawk forcibly lowers its altitude, Its engine roar fills the entire Paradeus base. Vector's team has already charged into the Paradeus base and engaged elites in combat using the coordinates Lenna provided. Volumes are aplenty, while numerous elite infectees turn into elites with every passing second. A resounding rumble can be heard from the ceiling of the Paradeus base. The next moment, it is completely gone. Klugai descends from the sky on her bike. Her gunfire is accompanied by the roar of her engine, destroying all the volumes in Lenna's vicinity. So they are no. So now they are not only considering volumes to the amalgamations that roams the wastelands, like the Nemerti and the fucking reindeer, the fucking deer. So they are considering volumes to do the humans that are turned by collapse radiation in experiments with from Paradeus. This is it. Everyone, prepare for battle. Pay attention to Lenna's location and meet up with her ASAP. ASAP. What are you doing? I wasn't napping this time. Lay down more suppressive fire. No slacking. Oh, the things. This is Lenna. I'll meet up with you ASAP. Over. Eliminate the target. Belator and Belator. There we go. Positive charge. I'm putting one here. And another one here. Ta-da! Boom. Boom. Wonderful. You who are not favored by God, you have no right to receive divine gifts. Sorry, I'm not interested in your God. Before you go preaching the existence of your God, first repent for those patients who lost their lives because they believe in you. Darkness approaches. You have nowhere left to run. Lenna, the enemy is getting at your destination. Our teams will rendezvous with you in 60 seconds. Got it. I'll be there. Sink into silence. 2, 1, push! Helena reaches her destination after following Leva's instruction. The dark tunnel looks like a dead end. The Nether and her forces approach, trying to seal off Lenna's retreat route. The sad part that Mythoclast is being used as a common background music is that when the time it's certain to come, it needs to be a good remix, or else it wouldn't hit hard. And M16 has to hit hard. Well, Beluga or Jack Daniels or whatever she calls her. She will call herself here. Oh, my stomach is doing a lot of things. The Nether and her forces approach, trying to sell off Lenna's retreat route. The ground next to them explodes the very next second. They are assaulted by a hail of gunfire. 60% of the enemy forces have been eliminated. Thank you for your hard work, everyone. Were we late? Not at all. You came just at the right time. We'll take care of things here. You should withdraw ASAP. I leave it to you guys then. Prepare for exfil. You can completely destroy this Paradeus base with your just or little squad alone. We have to call for support. I can do it. We shouldn't risk damaging our frames to complete just to complete a mission. The radiation levels here are extremely high. Just like the place we first stopped at for the mission. It technically hasn't reached red zone levels yet, but it's still really dangerous for us. I knew that you'd prioritize the condition for the frames, Wellrod. We'll probably be fine if we just do things quickly and leave, right? The commission rates for 404 isn't so high that we can easily cover 4 frame replacements. Besides, we aren't even requesting any payment for this mission. This is a mission from the commander. Which is why we're giving him a special treatment. The need to protect our frames does not clash with our need to complete the mission. Calculating our team's return on investment, ensuring that all of us are kept safe, is all part of my job scope. Don't worry, Wellrod. We promise to take care of ourselves. I'll attract the enemy's attention. You guys flank them. Be quick. It will be done. Lenna quickly leads her group back to the Black Hawk with support from Vector's team. As the helicopter gains altitude and leaves the scene, Vector's team disengages from battle and leaves the Paradeus base. Commander. Kulaka has already went with the commander, so there should be some wiggle room in the agreement for us to do something as well. Doesn't mean we'll visit him at any time, just like looking at the others? The opportunity to do so will come. Vector, how is your progress? We have successfully retreated. You can begin your attack at any time. Andres, do it. Okay. Several missiles leave the Black Hawk's missile pods. The Paradeus base behind Vector burns down in a sea of flames soon after. Moment of intersection. Yay! Now we have 404, the ones working with Kalina, known for 404. We have 404 Team A with Klukai and Doris Balkan Meshti, and 404 Team B with Vector, Harpsy. What was the name? Ruche and Wellrod. And we have everyone else who was in Telmo before, from Springfield Suchero, from Monster Squad, the other associates that we picked up in our wave, like Chihua and Sabrina and Perry. And the only ones that we don't have on the Elmo right now is Niketa and the Mossing Squad. This is Isa and this is Dr. Orphea. This is Isa and this is Dr. Orphea. Dr. Orphea Hospital has been treating severe elite infectees for a long time. It was with her help in the Paradeus base that Isa could be saved in time. I see. I stared at the calm and composed doctor before me. Her gentle demeanor, judging solely by her appearance, suggests she is an empathetic humanitarian who saves patients and detests the corrupt. I met someone like that once. She refused to dirty her hands with more blood in the battlefield, and she only accepted to dirt her hands with blood behind the scalpel. However, those able to stay in Paradeus cannot be completely clean. Unlike Lenna, who trusts his doctor, I hold only apprehension towards Paradeus. Greetings. I heard about you from Lenna. Nice to meet you. Let's dispense with the formalities. Is the FIA pharmaceutical factory a subsidiary under your control? Yep. Sorry. I don't understand what you mean. You just have to answer yes or no. Before the commander even finishes speaking, Gross and the other dolls next to Orphea have already raised their weapons, ready for action. Commander, we have never met each other before. I don't think there's any need to welcome me with such a grand display. It's part of a normal procedure. I'll answer your questions. Please put down your weapons. Who the hell are all of you? What do you want? Let us go. There must be some kind of misunderstanding. Wait. Isa, please calm down for now. The doctor just treated you, so you shouldn't do anything to aggravate your symptoms. Lenna's right. Your body is still volatile. Isa, don't get angry. Come here, Lenna. Don't forget that the woman there can never be considered human anymore. Lenna turns to look at Isa, who's whistling. She manages one step away from Isa before she hears the later starts mumbling. Lily, don't leave me. Mom wants to see you. That was omitted here. The voice acting is phenomenal. Orphea walks over to the curled up body of Isa and starts gently patting her on the back. She's not going anywhere, Isa. Relax. Isa nearly morphed into an inhuman shape back on the helicopter, but Dr. Orphea managed to bring her back from the brink. The thing is, me, Equinox, the human, understands all of the perspectives here from Isa doing everything she can, even if she doesn't have any hope anymore, for helping her daughter. Orphea meddling with under the table business just to have something that cannot be tracked by the facilities, the big conglomerates that if they know that she is making a medicine that's actually good, they will shut it down immediately. They will send the PMCs to her. They will put 2 36 bullets against her head, in the back of her neck, instantly. Lenna, who right now is one of the dolls who has the most empathy in all of this game universe, because she's the one who had to deal with traffickants and brokers and underground deals before she even had the opportunity to think to hope for herself. And the Shikikan perspective that is putting Paradeus down once and for all, and anything that can turn into Paradeus again. And Orphea right now is one of those that is risky, on the risk of turning into Baitner. And that is the closest to Paradeus that can happen again. Not this cult that is doing experiments out in the wastelands. Those are, of course, they're Paradeus, the cults, the organized, the using human as experiments, but a scientific that turns their hope into a nihilistic way of salvation. It's the only spark that's left for Paradeus to turn into what it was before, into William. That's the problem. The production of illegal vaccines requires raw materials and technical expertise. Few in the Yellow Zones possesses such skill and knowledge. With that established, a doctor who can treat elite, the severe is practically unheard of. Thank you for the praise. From the data we gathered through investigation, your vaccines contain active ingredients that are far better at treating patients than regular vaccines. No one has put out regulations stating that Yellowstone's doctors aren't allowed to develop vaccines better than Green Zone vaccines, I believe. I might have believed you if you were just a normal doctor, with no connections to Paradeus. But I have sufficient evidence to suspect that the vaccines you provide to patients contain unknown ingredients connected to Paradeus. And where's this evidence of yours? The Paradeus drug that Lenna hid back at the gathering spot contained trace amounts of an unknown ingredient. But the same ingredient was also detected in both the vaccines you give to patients and the drug that Paradeus provides. How is that possible? The doctor may be a part of Paradeus, but she's there because she wants to save people. That's a mistranslation. Sorry. Lenna now looks at Orphea with a bit more suspicion. She has heard Orphea speaking about her dreams before, and she conveyed it all to the commander. They both yearn to save the world and its people. These similarities between the commander and Orphea have made Lenna subconsciously choose to believe in Orphea's words. That's the difference between Nele and Orphea. That Nele choose to reject anything anything that Martha Maitner left her. But Orphea is deep into a Paradeus research. But now, with the commander speaking to Orphea in such an icy tone, Lenna could almost believe that Orphea might not be as innocent and friendly as she thought. Since you already checked the composition of both the vaccine and the drug, then you should have realized that the provider of the ingredient doesn't matter, as they are both medications capable of treating elite patients with severe symptoms. Cultist focus from the factory to the drugs. You seem to be highly curious about everything connected to me. I have been fighting these Paradeus for 10 years. If the Varyagas can dedicate so much time to stealing raw materials on a regular basis, they must have a buyer for them. And not only is this buyer able to produce vaccines using those materials, they also managed to drive the Varyagas towards rampant, uncontrolled robbery by buying raw materials at a high price from the black market. You have never dirtied your own hands, but you pushed for all this to happen through your dealings with underground brokers. Such methods remind me heavily of the conglomerate's methods. So it wasn't the conglomerate. The conglomerate's methods? Sorry for saying this, but that comment disgusts me. Vaccine prices skyrocketed before I started buying large amounts of raw pharmaceutical materials. The Varyagas are willing to take on my missions because, unlike raw materials, vaccine shipments are escorted by Manji security, which they cannot win. They want to make money, and I want raw materials to make vaccines. We are just using each other. Why do you have to do this? Because I want to save people. People in the yellow zones cannot afford vaccines with the current sky-high prices. I can just sit and watch as my patients slowly die while begging for my help. Only vaccines can save them. They lost some raw materials. A small loss of this extent is no big deal for any corporation in the vaccine industry. Besides, most large corporations have insurance for this kind of thing. No, this isn't right at all. Allowing the Varyagas to conduct widespread robberies will only make the lives of Yellow Sun residents more difficult. So the butterfly started up a storm. But how could I know that what this storm will ultimately become? The fuck did I found chocolate? How? Weird. You have taken part in Paradeus experiments too. It seems to me that you and Lenna are full of hate towards Paradeus. To me, Paradeus is a place where I can fulfill my wish to save everyone. I will continue to collaborate with them until I find a complete cure for Elite. Collaborate? You said the wrong word. That's no collaboration. You're complicit in a scheme that helps drag more people into the abyss. It's been so many years, but Paradeus is still around. The Doctor does not seem to know about Paradeus' true plans. Relics, fully immune individuals. Their existence bestows Paradeus a chance at grasping absolute power. Even the military is still infested with a significant faction that attempts to gain power and control through collaborative partnerships with Paradeus. Paradeus is able to infest and spread like wheelgrass precisely because of intermediaries and channels like you. I have destroyed Paradeus once. I'll do it again. Yep. Isa has lost her grip on reality, now unable to determine friend from foe. She seems more like a volume that destroys all racer than a regular elite. Telmo, still on the move, suddenly suffers an impact. Isa takes this opportunity to grab Dr. Olfia and Lenna before running away. Commander, we're surrounded by elites attacking Telmo. Prepared for battle! Damn. So Orphea is what the Shigigan, what the commander would have become if they choose to be part of the Earth's plan. Yeah. It's a great character, but still. Can I reach this? Yeah. Wabbit. Oh, share a sword. A sword. Okay, that's a Christmas. That's. Let's kill this rabbit. And get in the middle. And there is up here. Boom. Nice. What the fuck? All three of your support attacks. Clang. Orphea, what do you really want? Did you really know that Isa will become like this? Since your commander is interested in the Fia pharmaceutical factory, then let him meet me there. My production line is there. If he is willing to collaborate with me, I'm willing to give him most of my profits. It's not about money, Orphea. Collaborate? Yes. I have always been making illegal vaccines, but buying raw material from official channels was extremely costly. Whenever I sold them to my patients, I was always making a loss. In order to balance out my spending, I would make some vaccines of normal effectiveness and sell them to underground brokers. But overall, I never sold vaccines at prices that could be considered high. If I wanted to be rich, I could just raise the prices, but that would result in more residents being unable to afford vaccines. There is a way to achieve profits without increasing vaccine prices, and that is through mass production. And that would require the backing of a powerful armed force. So you really got pointed with all of the guns in the Elmo. Pointed down with all of the guns in the Elmo. And you're still asking to the commander to be your personal... Your PMC, basically. Your personal guards. While you still collab with Paradeus? Really? Are you that crazy already? What do you think, Commander? Not interested. There's no need to rush your decision. I will be waiting for you to visit my factory in person. Other than my factory, I also have some lab reports from Paradeus, which you might be interested in. Internal lab reports from Paradeus? I'm interested in what she just said. We saw the biopods from Lenna's pictures while we were clearing out the Paradeus base. If we could get our hands on the relevant lab reports, we might be able to uncover the secrets behind Helena and Melanie. A collaboration? I won't collaborate with her without some reason. Commander, I know your hate towards Paradeus, even though some of the followers are only there to ensure their survival. Yet, despite any excuse, their actions still result in more and more people being dragged into the abyss. Melanie once mentioned that Paradeus is turning humans into volumes through experimentation, then using them to take controls of volumes. Now, the intelligence that Lenna gathered shows us that Paradeus is treating infectees and tasting doctors to join in order to collect large numbers of the infected for using in experiments. A drug that could completely cure and prevent elite. If something like that appeared in the yellow, green, and even white zones, countless forces would swarm towards that like ducks to the water. A theory is taking form in the depths of my mind. If my guess is true, I'm afraid that the Paradeus of today has already taken root deep within the entire system like a tree of darkness, its fungus-like roots deep in numerous factions. Money security. The vaccine. Perhaps many would wish to conduct biological experiments of their own with Paradeus' help. Right. A Paradeus treatment drugs will be enticing to them as well. No matter which is the case, the benefits from partnering with Paradeus are enough to steer many factions into action. Paradeus could rise quickly without any sort of proper financial or political support. If the war is like this, destroying Paradeus bases will do nothing to stop them. Just how many factions consort with Paradeus? High-level government officials, the conglomerates. Even without those troubles, am I, in my current state, still capable of completely destroying Paradeus again? We should talk to the doctor about the collaboration. Golfne bites her lips, forcibly suppressing her hate towards Paradeus. Without enough intel, perhaps a short-term collaboration is the last resort, but one that she has to accept. We can only uncover the secret behind Helen and Melanie bodies if we gather enough intelligence. We'll also get to know which factions are collaborating with Paradeus. You don't have to force yourself, Golfne. We will eventually get the intel we need. There are numerous other ways through this. I will never collaborate with Paradeus, even if it's just to gain intel. Adjutant, we have successfully sold our batch vaccines with the help of underground brokers. The raw materials too have found a buyer. Team Alpha is currently transporting them to their destination. Well done. We'll bring everyone together for a nice meal somewhere once the money's in. Go urge the management about the payments. They called us in for support, so there's no reason they should avoid paying our deployment fee. Got it. I think Looney is already suspecting us of selling that batch of vaccines. He flew into a rage. Conglomerate connected people like him put mission completion above all. He's the ultimate beneficiary of all missions after all. Lonnie lost quite a large number of his subordinates to an interesting mission. He'll probably put in a request to hire more people again. Me? I'll be putting in a request for a batch of those subordinates. Oh, so this is how it treads into Helen's event. Adjutant, haven't you always viewed those dolls as unreliable and untrustworthy? It's quite a surprise to hear that you're requesting to up doll sword formation without anyone forcing you. Who knows if those dolls have backdoors installed in them? I haven't forgotten what happened in the past, let me tell you that. Remind everyone early that dolls are just dolls, just tools we use in our jobs. Tell them not to worry about getting replaced. I don't have plans to replace human subordinates with dolls. Understood. Lentin opens up Magic Security database once Kenny sleeps. A dense array of dolls' profiles are displayed before Lentin, each with different descriptions of their status. Lentin's fingertip traces the screen till she reaches a particular doll's profile. Griffin. The lullaby. Decade-old memories resurface within her mind. Lentine is reminded of the man who left Griffin all those years ago. It's been a long time since she last saw him, yet one thing remains unchanged. He still possesses exceptional mastery over commanding dolls in combat. Her fingertip touches the screen. A particular doll, marked as an abandoned within Magic Security database, has been added to Lentine request list for dolls. Ooh. But first, I have to go for some water. And it's freaking summer and it's getting cold here. Where is the be right back text? What? No, here. Okay, I'll be back in, I don't know, 5 minutes, I hope. Hiyo, I'm back. Okay, let's continue. My mouth is... So, today, for some reason, it's almost summer, and it has been as cloudy and cold as a winter day. And the place where I am is It's not a very humid day, but today it has been not raining hard like a more tropical zone, but there has been some drops of water falling from the sky. So it's whatever is happening, it's weird as fuck. But the change of temperature is fucking my entire system. My fucking head has been aching. No, the word's not aching. The word is much more worse, but I don't remember it now. But it has been banging my fucking brain all day around. Okay, let's continue. Linda, prepare to transfer the drugs stored in the facility in the factory's underground level. Understood. How much should we transfer? All of it. The location of the base has been exposed. Use the underground passage and ensure that all the drugs are transferred to our backup safe house. What happened? First you snuck away, now you want to transfer all the factory's drugs away? And why is that doll taking my place by your side, sister? Ah, you and Lenna? Lady Isa invited her here. She's a necessary guest, as we will soon be welcoming more visitors. You wanted to discuss a collaboration with the commander. You told Linda to hide the bargaining chips used for the deal. Well, I'm not as well armed as the commander you revere, after all. If he threatens to kill me, I will have no way to resist if I didn't move the drugs away. Sister, don't do anything stupid. Go move the vaccines, Linda. If your commander agrees to work with me, these vaccines will be my first token of gratitude for the collaboration. Within the Elmo Soap's room. Commander, we have received a comms request. So, you have arrived, my guests. Why hesitate at the door? Who knows what kind of tricks you're planning for us? So, I have heard. She's not even in the screen, she's over there, far over there. She's listening to the conversation. I believe that I'm supposed to be the one fearing for my safety. To ensure fairness at the negotiation table, I only invited you, Commander, as the sole guest. Please don't bring in anyone uninvited. I am enough. Commander, I'll meet you in person. After ending the call, the Elmo falls into silence for a while. Commander, even if you agree to meet her alone, you don't really have to keep that promise. Look, I must be planning to sneak in and follow the commander. Just like she sneaks into my bedroom in the night. Merch knows. Merch knows. Stop blabbering about weird things. We'll be on standby outside. If anything seems wrong, don't hesitate to call us in. Don't try it, Grossa. Don't try it. Don't offer yourself. Again. I walk into the pharmaceutical factory. The place is cleaner than I thought. A conveyor belt enters my view. It is working at full power, continuously producing drugs. Would you like a tour around the factory, Commander? This factory utilizes machinery to achieve total automation. The drugs are produced in a fully enclosed environment through the whole manufacturing process, where upon completion, the drugs are transported to an underground warehouse. Even if regular rovers or Vajagas happen to break in there, they will face a stupid production line and gain nothing. Unless absolute necessary, you wouldn't even need to activate the factory security system most of the time. This factory is located far away from any yellow zone settlements, and there aren't any basic amenities or shelters nearby, so people rarely venture into the region at all. It's safe enough. If I operate this factory at full capacity, I will be producing enough vaccines to significantly impact vaccine prices in the yellow zones. What do you really want? You can collaborate with Paradeus and justify it with the excuse of vaccine development, but if your illegal vaccine production line attract attention, it will result in numerous factions showing up and plundering what you have. Correct? That is why I carefully tune out the output, and why I only sell to select clients. I try to be as low profile as possible. But now, I see an opening. You have connections to upper echelons in the green zones, a massive number of titles at your command, and a seat aching to a mobile fortress. You're definitely not just some random person. Just tell her the truth. Commander, tell her everything that happened 10 years ago. I threatened many retired soldiers. They gave their life to service, most of them saving a large number of regular folk through their work. But once they retire, they suffer from radiation sickness and steep medical bills, utterly shattered in their dignity. You have to tell her everything. She is the person that is most involved in Paradeus without being involved in the 10 years ago thing. You have to tell her everything. You have to save this soul that is trying to make the world better. At least. Those conglomerates manipulate vaccine prices and collude with satellite city governments to issue strict directives on vaccine distribution and use, driving people of the yellow zones against the wall again and again. You want to disrupt the state of satellite cities with your vaccines? If we want to change this world, we must first become its rulers. There is no reason for us not to collaborate. I'll provide vaccines and sponsor your election campaign in a satellite city. What? Do you think I'm a politician or something? Gaining control of a satellite city will allow one to save many lives. If you went directly with Lenna to meet with Colin, this could have been a different conversation. But you are speaking with a man who sacrificed his future just to not be involved in whatever you're trying to get your feet into. Policies that benefit yellow zones residents will increase their willingness to relocate to satellite cities. With enough material and material resources, we'll be able to take the next step. Political institutions. The mention of it makes my stomach churn. Back in Griffin, everyone was simply a pawn of somebody above them. Despite the illegality of Paradeus experiments, a good number of factions in the UNC are still willing to support the next step of the research for their own benefit. I stare at the young lady before me. Her eyes are brimming with tears, as if she is really sincerely beseeching me to accept her proposal. Would I go back to the UNC If I agreed with the urgency choice back then, I would have chosen to live on my own. Are you willing to collaborate with me? Vaccines are not only capable of being the key to everyone's health, they also serve as the essential stepping stone towards the pinnacle of power. Our vaccines will earn us votes and allow us to help even more people. I will not collaborate with any faction or power connected to Paradeus. Why? Perhaps you think that those biological experiments are inhumane, but all participants have been willingly volunteers. Now you cross the line that you should not have said. If you were still speaking about getting power to build, to make a better world, you would have survived this. But now there's a bullet with your name. They are never willing volunteers. Not the unitates that Paradeus exploits, not the quasi-fully immune individuals they create. None of them are willing sacrifices. Choice has always been a privilege of those who can afford it. There are few paths presented to Yellowstone residents. Choosing the most hopeful of them will at least help such individuals not die in despair. Looks like you have been completely brainwashed by Paradeus as well. We simply use each other. I need them, which is why I collaborate with them. If Paradeus did not exist to provide patients with severe symptoms and a glimpse of hope, those hopeless effectees could be heading into their ends in countless other ways. At least with Paradeus around, they have a glimmer of hope to hold on to, an idea that they might survive. A storm stops for no one. Paradeus views life as an ant that they will gladly trample countless times. They don't simply wish to control volumes. Their ultimate goal is to unlock relics. The power hidden with relics is so great that every faction will make a mad dash to grab it for themselves. End your partnership with Paradeus and give all your collected evidence to me. If you do that, I might actually let you live. Let me live? There's something I wish to achieve towards Paradeus. I'm not going to leave. Paradeus' goal isn't to save the world at all. Even if you put everything you have into research, you won't gain anything. You think you are collaborating with Paradeus, but you have become their pawn already. You will simply lose more and more of your humanity into that cannibalistic organization. Though the conglomerates collaborate with Paradeus, they could also end that partnership at any moment. You seem to be worried about my safety. I'm simply taking pity on a soul doomed to be consumed by Paradeus. In order to get their intel, you do everything that Paradeus wants you to do, and eventually you'll give more and more of yourself to them. In their eyes, you're simply a pawn that could be discarded at any moment. Choosing to die for your ideals isn't wrong, but you have chosen the wrong path. You should really leave Paradeus. That is my final piece of advice. And what am I going to do after I leave? Are you going to provide me with the same amount of research resources and facilities Paradeus gives, alongside a sufficient number of willing test subjects? The patients whom you persuaded to join Paradeus already had their lives ruined beforehand. I had no choice. What am I going to do? Join a group of medical corporations and force saving more Yellowstone residents to a mad scramble for vaccines through high vaccine prices? You are treating the same patients that you proclaim that you wish to save. the same as those conglomerates that are exploiting them for money. You're just exploiting them for your research. You're no better than them. You have lost any sympathy that I have for you. I want to change this world for the better, but I have no other way to go about it. At least Paradeus provides me with resources and power. The path of complicity is one with no future. You should look for a new path. We are not too different. I too once thought that I was in an organization with the power to change everything. But the closer I got to power, the less control I had over myself. One must abandon certain things to climb higher. They must also accept that they have to exploit others and be exploited in turn. It was not a future I wished for myself. Which was I left everything behind. I spent so much time trying to find a completely new path. Did you manage to find it? Yes, and that path will trample over you if you don't get away. And I'm giving you the chance to get away. Orphea grabs my hand. Her eyes reflect a mixture of hopefulness and pain, as if I might be able to show her a new ray of light. I was no longer able to position myself away from the maelstrom once I found about Paradeus' return. I do not know how many factions have connected themselves with Paradeus for the sake of conducting experiments, but there might be similar things happening elsewhere through the Yellow Zones. A promised cure used to lure desperate people in, brainwashing them into Paradeus unities. It doesn't matter how many factions are back in Paradeus, I'll crush them one by one. At the moment, not yet. Orphea's laughing, but tears are flowing down her cheeks. Then, please keep going. I want to see the other path that you talked about. Commander, do you read me? A large force of Boyons heading towards the pharmaceutical factory. We'll try to intercept. Please stay safe. Sounds of gunfire mixed with roars of volumes are emitted from my communicator. I look at Orphea, whose face is frozen in terror. Watch out! A volume bellows, charging towards me and Orphea. Lenna's gunfire repels the volume, but Orphea stops Lenna from continuing her attack. Isa, calm down! The ground is shaking. The roars come not only from the outside, but also from the underground. You hit Boyons in your basement? No, they were patients who could have been saved. Sister, what the hell have you done to her? Elinda arrives in a hurry, only to see Orphea cough blood and fall to the ground. An air-splitting alarm starts blaring through the factory. Sounds of gears turning can be heard from the original sealed floor. Collapse radiation levels are probably spiking. They have found us. Paradeus and a terror horn. Mm-hmm. Boom. It hurts. It hurts seeing all of Nelle, all of the character arc of Nelle that she had in GFL1, in the end of GFL1, and watching her go, someone who could do the same or better than her, and going in the wrong path just because temptation of power, of knowledge. Commander, we have eliminated the first batch of volumes. There are still a number of volumes heading towards the factory. Wah! There are more enemies inside than outside. Why is it crawling out from the ground? Is this some kind of volume nest? Focus fire on the volumes. Stop! They are my patients! I can save them! I don't believe they can be saved in the current state. Their minds are still intact. They can be controlled. Commander, Melanie is suddenly in a really bad state. That crossed a line. No, don't call me. It hurts. Get out of my head. I don't want to hear it. Mailing, take the elbow and drive it out of this region. Don't come any closer. Be quiet. But, do it ASAP. Get Melanie out of here. Got it, Commander. Winds of the past. Here to claim reign. Nemesis, why do you have to say the most ominous and appropriate things for this at this time? Paradeus forces are nearby. Those who betray and destroy your gods realm must pay. She's holding a collapsed crystal to accelerate the formation of volumes. We have to stop her. See? You could have been a very important piece of their fight against Paradeus. The volumes inside the factory charge at Naito with a roar. The Naito stops her actions and stares at Orphea with a blank expression. You dare corrupt the scepter of God. Pathway to dreams. This is a new voice. I don't remember the name, but I know that we will see her soon. How interesting! How interesting! This is simply too amusing to ignore. That voice. It is. Is that you, Chief Research Director? Eh? Which little mouse are you again? Hold on, let me find your profile. Oh, a yellow sun doctor developing vaccines. The experiment you introduced to us yielded pretty decent results. Still, not really that useful. Makes it clear the next time you connect to my comms. Don't give me misinformation, got it? Here I thought that a little flower that could serve as the key and gain perfect control over volumes really did appear. She's displaying symptoms. This so-called control was probably achieved through a combination of collapse crystal use and hypnosis techniques. Just some parlor trick, nothing interesting. No harm in getting rid of her. I can still be of value. I found a way to prevent humans from turning into elites, and I could determine most of the ingredients in Paradeus drugs. Just give me a bit more. I want to know what the special ingredient is. If I could be mass produced, I will save everyone. The ingredients? Oh. I remember now. Not a special ingredient. That's just some tissue fluid taken from a fully immune individual. Pretty effective, right? Really good stuff. But it's not as easy to reproduce as you imagine. I have raised many little flowers, but not many of them contain such effective fluids. Do you think something like that was worth researching? How boring. You guys should just go ahead and take care of things here. Don't bother me anymore. Fully immune individuals? The ingredient that I chased and investigated for so many years was just some tissue fluid? Don't you get it already? Paradeus' goal was never to cure radiation sickness. By claiming that they could cure radiation sickness, Paradeus was able to make deals with conglomerates and get their support. Those you introduced were Paradeus followers serving as test subjects. Even if you didn't introduce anyone, Paradeus will use high levels of color radiation to screen and select for survivors. Those who were in Paradeus are always spreading harm to more people. I'll never forgive them. Tenito lifts the crystal. The next second, it shatters in her hand, causing radiation to spread through the factory. The volumes lost their mind completely in a few moments, attacking everything in sight. Sister, your body can take radiation levels this high. We have to leave right now. With color radiation levels this high, this factory can no longer produce any drugs. There's another way despite the loss of our equipment. We have to go. Isa, you're wasting your time trying to wake them up again. It's no use. Let me try. Using the vaccines. I have extracted the active ingredients and concentrated them. That might work. I'll try it. Lenna takes the vaccine that Orphea gives her and injects it into the unconscious body of Isa, who has already turned into a volume. Doctor, save me! Tenito attacks, but the volume, who just regains some consciousness, protects Orphea from harm. No, kill me, set me free. If you still have a doctor's mercy towards your patients, then give her freedom. Unchain her from this cruel fate. Is this finally the conclusion of Golfne's arc? I hear divine whispers. Nemesis, it's not ominous at all that you keep hearing, that you keep saying things about Paradeus right at this time. You know where the boys are going to attack from? We need... Right now, we have... Golfne's arc near the ending, or at least we have passed the climax already, so we are in just watching the repercussions of our climax. You know what I mean. We know that Crowley has a lot of things to do with San Viserri and with the underground arenas. And we know that Nemesis is a Paradeus made doll. Not a Nito, not a Naito, but a doll. Who somehow has the capabilities of some capabilities of fully the same capabilities of Melanie to know where the boyos are going to attack from. And Grossa's arc that is happening in Downforger. So we have everything we need to have an special arc for every single one of the Elmos Grossa squad, except for Beyblade, of course. And the possibility to have a 5-star an Elite Doll becoming an Elite Doll version of a mod for them. The winds are just as before. I believe in your judgment, but how are you receiving information from them? Did you hack into the level 2 or something? There's no need to hold back. With such levels of color radiation, the boyons will become even bigger threat if you just let them stay here long term. The numerous boyons are still coming from that direction. I have to leave as soon as we can. This pharmaceutical factory has lost its reason for existence. Lenna, take your friends and leave. I'll settle things here. Big sis, don't do anything stupid. Elinda, I'll entrust my ideals to you. I won't survive for much longer. We have our vaccines. You're right. They were my last hope. They gave me more time to live than the average resident. Orphea tries to stand up. Collapsed crystals emerge from her body. She wobbles towards Lenna and shoves the specialized collapsed crystal into Lenna's hand. Use this to make the boyons focus on the enemy for some time. Once you activate it, take your friends and leave immediately. Those patients who came to me for help should have never become the pawns of Paradeus, and they certainly didn't deserve to end up like this. I'll activate explosives in the factory's underground level. It shall be my final act of resistance. There is still something we can do. Erinda, this is an order. You must take my research and get out of here. As long as you're around, my research won't be all for naught. Elder Sis! Go. Yes, Master. Is she a doll? The security systems of the pharmaceutical factory activate in full force, launching an assault on Tenitus. Countless streams of security automatons emerge from the ground, along with numerous volumes. No wonder we found nothing when we first visited this place. All the core facilities were installed underground. The thing that Lenna threw seems to have worked. The boyons have focused their attention somewhere else. Commander, we must leave quickly. This place is about to... Boom. A massive shockwave from the explosion surges towards us. Lenna instinctively throws herself in front of me to shield me from the blast and debris. Tenitus' position is ravaged by the shockwave. When the dust settles, she emerges with apparent signs of damage. Vile souls, you will pay for your actions. An eater? I shall bring the wicked to the abyss. You're using a lot of crystals to amplify the intensity of radiation, ocular radiation, right? I can't let you keep doing this. The enemies. You need to get rid of all of them. Let's try to do this. Wait, that's Leva. Boom. Boom. And there is one here. And the other one. Can this catch here? No, probably not. So here. And please, Mosin, you left me with nothing and I could have finished this earlier. And this unit is over here. Prioritize destroying the factory. I'm operating at full capacity already. Some of our heavy weapons are in the vehicle. I'll go get it. In the end, you were right about everything. I was long aware that I would serve as a pawn, but at least I hope that my actions today will become meaningful. To walk on a brand new path, vastly unlike the ones we once tread. I was really hoping to bear witness to the moment you find your way, your new path. Hopefully, I'll have such an opportunity. Orphea swallows the drug held in her hands. Countless collapsed crystals emerge from her body, twisting her body into an inhuman shape. At the same time, explosions could be heard one after another. Elinda, make sure all of her intel gets out. Let everyone know what happened. At least, don't let anyone else be deceived like I was. You people, what are you all standing around for? Do you want to be buried with the factory like my sister? The underground level contains enough explosives to blow this factory sky high. My sister was going to use them to realize her dreams. Damn it! Damn it! Why did things have to end up like this? Orphea, is this the new path that you have chosen? Everyone, retreat. A string of explosions echo through the factory. With Elinda leading us, we managed to avoid the blast. After leaving the factory, we look back from afar to ensure that no need zombies managed to get out before heading back to the Elmo. Vixis wanted me to give you this. She said that you are interested in Paradeus intel and will need it. Does it contain any data or info in the experiments? How would I know? Elder sister hid it all even from me. I have given you what she told me to. I'm going back for my sister. Even if her chance at survival is 1 in a million, I won't give up on her just yet. Commander, are you okay? I stayed until Elmo was instructed. Are you still hearing that voice? I stopped feeling pain once the Elmo moved away. Commander, the new reports you obtained are far more detailed than the ones from the Barjaggers. The ID numbers have been forcefully masked or redacted, so we won't be able to decrypt the exact identity of the test subjects for now. More time is needed. I'm rather interested in the various coordinates mentioned in your new intel. Looks like all these coordinates have received cargo from Paradeus bases from before. If my guess is right, those are the locations of other Paradeus labs. Indeed. If all this info is true, our gains today will be considered significant. What's most interesting is that some of these coordinates are not in the yellow zones. Some of them are actually located in various white zones. Oh, The closest white zone coordinates are located in Lviv. Helena. Yes. If Paradeus forces are in Lviv, Helena is at great risk of being targeted. No need to panic. Green zones and white zones are under constant surveillance. They check collapse radiation levels on regular basis. By right, it won't be easy for Paradeus to just have an entire base to themselves in there. I had a look at the location specified in the Lviv coordinates. That area belongs to the Girard group. It is described in public sources as one dedicated to researching clean energy and collapse radiation cleanup. Collapse radiation cleanup? Quite amusing, isn't it? It's the complete opposite of Paradeus research. These coordinates are sufficient evidence for us to investigate any collaborative relationships between the conglomerate and Paradeus. It was too bitter. And this is the last node. Nighttime, Seth Favan office at the Odessa White Zone, clear weather. Magni Security managed to retrieve the lost vaccines. You spoiled me of whatever happened in the part 2 of Deep Oblivion. Fuck you, Mika team! They have lost a lot of men. People from Manji Security have spent the past few days prodding us to invest in them more. Speaking of which, they mentioned that one of the main reasons for the huge losses was a lack of proper communication. A Sergeant Doll interfered on their mission. No need to let them know too much. Security can only be ensured if Sergeant Doll permissions remain in our hands. Indeed, a love for gossip is no foul trade. We can wipe a doll's neural cloud, but people, the only option is to make them die of illness. They have requested from us a Sergeant Doll that will belong entirely to them. I will reject that proposal. As compensation, I'll invest some money of them. Everyone, vaccine prices have remained quite high in the satellite cities for some time now. It's time to clamp down on the prices and establish some regulations for the distribution. In what capacity are you demanding this from us? As Chief Cyberman of Odessa? If we want to advance the Lullaby project the next step, I need enough public support. Vaccines are a good way to ensure that. Greenson, Lentin's office at Manji Security. Damn you, Mika team! The conglomerate is pretty generous this time. Not only did they just think of a bunch of investment money coming in, they agreed to provide us with a batch of dolls as well. I heard that Lonnie asked for Indian dolls, but his request was rejected. He does justifiably have confidence to request such things, and he has the backing of the conglomerate. They'll most likely reject it anyway, so why don't I request a batch of Syrian dolls as well? Lonnie will definitely be pissed off regardless of the outcome. His expression will be quite amusing. That face. You seem to not like Lonnie quite very much, Agent Lentin. I have been feeling the desire to climb higher lately. So, Lentin is an interesting character because she has been antagonistic because antagonistic to the commander because she's working on the antagonistic companies, the enemies of the commander. But she has not expressed any of the ideas of Paradeus, of the conglomerates, or anything. She just wants to rise from power to rise higher. So it would be very, very funny if at the end of everything she ends up being our ally. I must at least prove myself to be better than that man. She is such a simp. Living rent free. The decryption of the data and the chips is complete. Combined with the new intel that you provided, the chip's data designates the specific coordinates as a Paradeus lab. We are still analyzing the rest of the intel. I'll share the details with you as soon as possible. Commander, we have enough evidence to request the UNC to conduct further investigation into the conglomerate. Evidence of the conglomerate funding Paradeus, Melanie being able to affect volumes, is solid enough to prove that the conglomerate and Paradeus must not be underestimating their goals. Are you willing to officially provide this intel to non-fast evidence? About Melanie and Helena, I understand your concerns. They are our best witnesses, but haphazardly handing them over to the UNC wouldn't be a wise choice. We currently have sufficient data evidence to initiate litigation and begin an investigation. However, all evidence submitted must be handed over through legal and due process to ensure fairness and justice. Giving me evidence in private won't work. Commander, we'll need to establish a formal evidence submission process between us. I'll make a request to management of a senior consular and non-FA to approve the next step of our evidence submission process. The catch is, your identity will be exposed to the upper echelons of the UNC. Another Faustian agreement. My mouth is dry and sour. Fuck. I recall a number of familiar faces I know from the UNC and Sai. I want to completely destroy Paradeus, but it's quite obvious that I won't be able to do it alone. I need the UNC to exert pressure on the conglomerate and thus cut off Paradeus' financial support. The destruction of Paradeus can proceed once that is accomplished. I'll be waiting for you over the Elmo. That's... I know what the spoilers and I would say anything, but it's so sweet. This line is so sweet from the commander to Kalin, but it's whatever happens, it's gonna be so bitter. Alright, I'll make an official visit once everything is approved. I end the call with Kalina. The only people remaining in the ops room are me and Lenna. She pouts, her face clearly expressing her reluctance towards leaving me. She was planning to stay aboard the Elmo and head to Albiv with me, then meet with Kalina together. Given the current situation, her plans have definitely gone up in smoke. Commander, is there anything you want to say to me? We won't be apart for long. We'll see each other again very soon, I believe. If Leva didn't tell me that I would cause misunderstanding by being present aboard the Elmo during your official meeting with Miss Kalin in her official position as a senior counselor, I would have stayed till Miss Kalin came over and gone back with her. But if Leva didn't tell me that I would cause misunderstanding by being present aboard the Elmo during your official meeting with Miss Kalin in her official position as a senior counselor, I would have stayed till Miss Kalin came over and gone back with her. But if Leva didn't tell me that I would cause misunderstanding by being present aboard the Elmo during your official meeting with Miss Kalin in her official position as a senior counselor, I would have stayed till Miss Kalin came over and gone back with her. I'll support Miss Collins' decision, even if she decides to stay aboard the Elmo forever, of course. You're the best wing woman. All for family. Is there anything else? Lenna hesitates for a while in front of me before stretching her arms out, clearly hoping for a hug. I sighed, and she leaps into my embrace just as I open my arms to give her a hug. Leva and Miss Cullen care deeply for you, Commander. And the same goes for me. We were all worried about you when you left us a decade ago, wondering if it was because you no longer wanted to be dragged into Griffin's affairs. I still haven't understood your thoughts on it even after our reunion. Commander, if you wish to tread on a different path, no matter what it leads you to, remember that we'll always be by your side, supporting you. Please do not forget that. I see. Thank you, Lenna. I'm saying this on behalf of Miss Cullen and Leva. And for myself, of course. That's all. See you in the near future, Commander. This is an audio clip with a resource ID Wolf 000320822 3362. This is a number that I know well. That I know very, very well. This is the date of birth of Anna Viktorinova Soy. The coordinates of the Paradeus lab have been confirmed. We'll rendezvous directly at the coordinates. And now we're ready for Corposant. It has been almost 3 hours, and I liked this event more than whatever we had of Deep Oblivion. At least the part 1. But sometimes the difference, the mess with the text and the voices were hard to read, but the story was so good. Oh well. I think I'll leave this here. Let's end this stream. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching, and I'll hope that you come back next time. I'll see you on Saturday to read the Big Net from Art Nights. From the Art Nights event. And then Tuesday for Art Nights and Thursday for the Raw. The big Raw stream. So, I'll see you there. I forgot to take this out. It has been all this time. It has been there all this time. No. What kind of idiot am I? It's your fault for not telling me. Well, I'll see you next stream. Uh, no, it's actually my fault, but no, for not watching OBS. Okay, I'll see you there. Bye bye.